Hey, it's Hayley and welcome back to my channel. Now, in my last video, I had a look at social media surveillance. If you haven't watched that video already, I highly recommend you do by clicking the box just here. Since creating my first YouTube video, I've come across an amazing YouTube prank video by BuzzFeed titled Internet Privacy Prank. It's a fun, short, quirky video which I also highly recommend you look at by just clicking the box here. The video ends with a question: how private are you? And it made me wonder, how private am I really? And does it even matter?
I wanted to let people know that I had a ham and cheese sandwich on the 4th of June 3 years ago, and that my dog and I had a great time on the beach on a walk last Tuesday afternoon. But also, do I really want 200 people, including those who I haven't met before, know my exact location on Snapchat? Or announcing on Facebook that my whole family and I are leaving my home unattended as we travel to Thailand between the 1st and 12th of December? These examples highlight the positives and negatives of sharing personal content online viewed by other individuals or groups. Commonly, people undertake one biased viewpoint on the concept of online surveillance in today's surveillance society. Surveillance society. But what does this mean, you ask? It means that today's society functions in part because of the extensive collection, recording, storage, analysis, and application of information. This is done on individuals and groups within our society as we go on with our everyday lives. I have conducted another experiment where I asked the people around me of different ages and genders a question that I hope will help me begin to understand which types of people view surveillance with negative connotations or with positive connotations.
What are the first 3 words or phrases that you think of when I say the word surveillance?
Surveillance.
Yeah.
Watching.
Cameras.
Secret operation.
Security.
Invasion of privacy.
People watching you.
Monitoring.
Safety.
They're crappy quality in this day and age. Yeah.
These responses can reflect how individuals in our Australian society view government surveillance. Some hold surveillance in a positive light, while others reflect it more negatively, and some understand that it can be both useful and harmful. I want to unpack some of the biggest pros and cons to government and online surveillance in today's surveillance society as examples. Understanding both advantages and disadvantages to surveillance is ideal when understanding the private or not so private world in which we live. Let's firstly explore some of the negatives to government and online surveillance. Number 1. It is impossible to catch everything that happens in society. Government surveillance conducted on a mass scale makes it extremely difficult for each and every move to be monitored, especially with automated systems in place. Suspicious behaviour, conversation keywords, or specific subjects who could be problematic are going to report more false positives in the system than real potential issues. According to Solent, anti-money laundering systems and fraud false positive alerts hover between 85% and 99%, which is almost always. Number 2. Government surveillance places innocent people under investigation and invades their privacy. This surveillance begins to restrict the rights of those who don't deserve security interventions when they have done no wrong. In 2013, there was one case where 6 people were falsely accused of crimes after errors in internet data disclosure. In 2012, a total of 979 errors put people in the same falsely criminalised situations. It can also be intimidating and unfair that the government or other organisations place members of society under a microscope for analysis. This invasion can make individuals feel trapped and they become paranoid. Number 3. It makes it difficult for people to get to know other people and know if their identity is even true. In an academic article titled "Do You Know Who I Am? Exploring Identity and Privacy," authors Marie Schroff and Annabelle Fordham explain how identities are about belonging, connectedness and culture, as well as defining ourselves and being defined by others. The article states that society are getting better and better at selectively revealing and concealing our identity. Online surveillance causes more paranoia. In fact, almost half of the Australian population reported in 2019 that they were more concerned than the previous year about their online privacy. This suggests that individuals pick and choose what they expose online, as well as exaggerate information and edit photos, reshaping their identity and presenting an inauthentic self to future employers who may review their social media profiles. Despite these negatives, government and online surveillance can also be very helpful. Number 1. It is one of 3 primary methods of collecting information to keep people safe. Mark Thiessen from the Washington Post argues that questioning subjects, infiltrating enemy groups, or using intelligence resources to monitor communications are the 3 primary methods in collecting information to keep people safe. He also argues that government surveillance is necessary to detect any association to international terrorism. In a University of Tennessee report, they state that the PRISM organisation have succeeded in stopping 20% of American terrorist attacks since 9/11, which is much better than stopping no attacks at all. Number 2. It provides a real-time look that provides an accurate account of events. The case of Trayvon Martin is a prime example of where surveillance can assist in the courtroom and especially helpful at exposing the truth. When eyewitness statements differed in the courtroom, it was crucial to find evidence that exposed how the argument between Martin and the shooter began. Surveillance made this progress a whole lot easier. Number 3. It encourages innovation. According to an academic journal article titled "The Definition of Opioid-Related Deaths in Australia, Implications for Surveillance and Policy," surveillance ensures that the data on an important public health problem are being collected, analysed, and disseminated for effective action. This surveillance can encourage innovation and potentially help many people and even save their lives. All of these advantages and disadvantages are important to consider when understanding the topic of surveillance, and it would be unfair to completely dismiss either side to its abilities. Hence, a balanced perspective is the key to understanding the contemporary surveillance society in which we live.
Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my second video about surveillance, and please leave a comment because I will be watching. Click here to subscribe to my channel, click here to follow my Snapchat or Instagram or Twitter. And feel free to give this video a big thumbs up. I'm sure I will see you all again soon. Bye for now.